Listen up. When we talk about matrix management, don't think about some sci-fi movie. Think about a power grid. In a traditional setup, you have one boss. Simple, right? But the market isn't simple. It's a complex, roaring beast, and you need a smarter way to tackle it. Matrix management is that smarter way. It means you have more than one reporting line. You might have a functional boss, say the head of technology, and a project boss, like the lead trader for your European equities desk. It's about creating a web, a network of expertise, instead of a rigid one-way street. This structure is designed for a world where information and skills need to flow freely, not get stuck in a corporate silo. So what does this really mean for you? The trader on the floor, it means you're not just a lone wolf hunting for alpha. You're part of a dynamic team, a squadron. You report up to your direct manager who tracks your P&L, sure. But you also report sideways to a product specialist, a quant analyst, or a regional expert. This isn't about more bosses yelling at you. No. It's about having more experts in your corner, more brain power to tap into. It's about collaboration on a whole new level. You're pulling in insights from every possible angle, making you faster, smarter, and more agile than the competition. That's the name of the game, folks. Imagine your trading desk is a toolbox. In the old world, you had your own hammer, and that was it. With a matrix structure, you suddenly have access to everyone's tools. The quant analyst hands you a new algorithmic wrench. The macro strategist gives you a sophisticated market barometer. You're no longer limited by your own knowledge base. This system breaks down the walls that slow down decision-making. Information doesn't have to travel all the way up a chain of command and then all the way back down. It zips across the grid from the person who has it to the person who needs it, right now. This approach fundamentally changes the culture of a trading floor. It shifts the focus from individual glory to collective success. It encourages people to share what they know, because everyone's success is intertwined. When your tech expert, your sector analyst, and your execution trader are all aligned on a single goal, that's when the magic happens. That's when you can spot an opportunity, analyze it from every angle, and execute a complex trade with precision and speed. It's about building a team that's more than the sum of its parts. It's about building a money-making machine. Booyah! Let's get specific. Let's talk about a real-world trading team and how this works. Picture a mid-sized hedge fund. They have traders who specialize in different asset classes, equities, fixed income, and commodities. That's their functional home. Maria is an equities trader. Her functional manager is the head of equities, who oversees her performance, her risk limits, and her professional development. This is the traditional part of the structure. He's the one who's ultimately responsible for the equities desk hitting its numbers for the year. This provides stability and clear accountability for her core role. It's the anchor. But here's where the matrix kicks in. The fund decides to launch a new initiative focused on emerging markets. This is a project. They pull together a cross-functional team. Maria, our equities trader, is on it. So is a fixed income expert who understands sovereign debt, and a quant who can model currency risk. The leader of this emerging markets project becomes Maria's second manager. She now has two sets of objectives. One is her day-to-day equities trading. The other is contributing her expertise to making this emerging market strategy a massive success. She's wearing two hats, and that's a good thing. Now think about the information flow. A political event happens in Brazil. In a siloed firm, the fixed income guy might see the bond market move, while Maria sees the impact on a big Brazilian company's stock. They might not talk for hours, if at all. In our Matrix team, they're in a dedicated chat room, on a call in minutes. The quant is already running models on the currency fluctuation. They can formulate a multi-asset trade strategy in a fraction of the time it would take competitors. Maria gets insights on bond yields that help her time her stock purchase perfectly. That's the power of the grid. This dual reporting structure ensures that resources are used efficiently. Maria isn't just locked away in her equities box. Her skills are being deployed where the firm sees the biggest opportunity for growth, emerging markets. The project manager's job is to keep the team focused on the goal, break down roadblocks, and ensure everyone is communicating. Meanwhile, her functional manager makes sure she's not neglecting her primary duties. It's a beautiful balance. It means the firm can be incredibly nimble, pouncing on new opportunities without having to completely reorganize its entire structure every single time. It's organized chaos, and it works. So why go through all this trouble? What's the bottom line? The biggest benefit of matrix management in trading is superior decision-making. Period. When you bring together diverse perspectives, the technical view, the fundamental view, the quantitative view, the macro view, you get a 360-degree picture of a trade. You're stress testing your ideas in real time. This reduces the risk of blind spots. A trader who is only looking at a stock chart might miss a crucial piece of news from the credit markets. In a matrix, someone is always watching your back, covering the angles you can't see. This collaboration leads to higher conviction trades and fewer costly mistakes. Next up is speed and agility. The market waits for no one. A siloed organization is slow. An idea has to crawl up the ladder, get approval, and crawl back down. By the time that happens, the opportunity is gone. Poof! A matrix structure flattens that hierarchy. Communication is instant and horizontal. The team on the ground is empowered to make decisions quickly because they have all the necessary experts right there with them. They can identify a market dislocation, analyze it, and execute a strategy before the rest of the world has even finished its morning coffee. That speed is a massive competitive advantage. It's the difference between catching the wave and getting crushed by it. This system also cultivates incredible talent. Traders don't just get good at one thing. They are constantly exposed to different asset classes, strategies, and ways of thinking. The equities trader learns about bond markets. The quant learns to think more about fundamental stories. This cross-pollination of skills makes your team more versatile, more resilient, and ultimately more valuable. It creates a learning environment where people are constantly growing and challenging each other. This is how you build a roster of superstars, not just a one-trick pony. It's an investment in your people that pays dividends for years to come. Finally, it leads to better resource allocation. In a traditional setup, you might have brilliant analysts locked away in a department that isn't seeing much action. Their talent is being wasted. A matrix allows you to deploy your best people to your biggest opportunities, regardless of where they sit on the org chart. If the hot new thing is sustainable energy, you can quickly assemble a tiger team of your best energy analyst, your best ESG expert, and your best derivatives trader to attack it. It ensures that your firm's intellectual capital is always focused on the areas with the highest potential return. You're putting your money and your brainpower to work. All right, you're sold. You want in. How do you make this happen? Step 1 is all about clarity. You need to define roles and responsibilities with surgical precision. Who is the project manager? Who is the functional manager? What are the exact expectations of each? You must write this down. Create a chart. Hold a meeting. Make sure every single person on the team knows who they report to for what. Ambiguity is the enemy. It leads to confusion, conflict, and drop balls. If people are getting conflicting directions, the whole system grinds to a halt. So, clarify, clarify, clarify. Step 2, you have to build a culture of open communication. This is non-negotiable. You need the right tools. Things like Slack, Microsoft Teams, or dedicated chat software. But tools aren't enough. You need to lead by example. Managers must actively encourage sharing information and discourage hoarding it. Reward people for helping colleagues on other teams. Make collaboration a key performance indicator. You have to break down the US versus them mentality. The goal is to create an environment where a trader feels completely comfortable messaging a quant for help, and the quant is eager to provide it. This is about building trust. Step 3 is about empowering your project leaders. The people running your cross-functional teams need to have real authority. They can't be glorified paper pushers. They need to be able to make decisions, allocate resources within their project, and hold team members accountable for their project-related tasks. This can be tricky, especially if they don't have direct hiring and firing power. This is where senior leadership comes in. They must publicly back the project managers and reinforce their authority. When conflicts arise between a functional goal and a project goal, there needs to be a clear process for resolving it quickly. Finally, you need to be prepared to manage conflict. It's going to happen. When you have smart, opinionated people with two different bosses, there will be disagreements over priorities, resources, and strategies. This isn't a bad thing. Healthy conflict leads to better ideas. The key is to have a framework for resolving it constructively. Don't let it fester. Encourage direct, respectful debate. If the team members can't resolve it, the two managers, functional and project, need to get in a room and hash it out. The ultimate goal is always what's best for the firm, not what's best for one department. Follow these steps, and you'll be on your way to Matrix Mastery.